Is trust more important than love in the relationship? In today's podcast, Sissy and I, we're going to talk about how to look at trust and how to look at love and which one is more important. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology Podcast. I am your girl, Cece, and I'm joined by my husband.
Hey, everybody, this is Will, and welcome back to another episode. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new videos. This is a weekly podcast.
Yes.
And in this podcast, we talk about
love, life, family, relationships, what else do we talk about here?
That's kind of
life, basically. Y'all know how it is.
Love is life. So.
Love is life. And life is love.
Life is life.
Anyway, so as you guys know, before we get into today's topic, we like to go into a moment of what I call blissful moments. As my husband always said, it is my moment. It's not our moment. So yeah, I want to go into that. So any blissful moment, babe? You have anything going on?
No, my work's been long.
Okay. Well, blissful moment was Easter. I said
blissful. Easter.
Blissful moment.
Yeah.
Not complaining moment.
I miss the party on Easter.
Yeah, but you ate before you left though.
Yes, I did.
Okay. And I'm sure you had a good time wherever you were at the...
Yeah, it was a party.
Yes. Easter was great. I had a great Easter. We went to our church after 3 years since 2019. Yeah, we decided to surprise our people where I think it's more like us. The kids, me, you, I think... To me, it was more like my mom because she has been wanting me. She's been asking, I like to see you guys one day, one Sunday, at the service, at that, that service, because there's 3. There's 2 of them, 7:30 and 10:30. So we usually go to.
People's been asking your mom for you, and she wanted to make sure that she can show people that you're still around.
I don't know about that. They know I'm still around, but I feel like it was very... To me, I feel like, what she had been asking for, and she's been asking for it for a long time. And I was like, you know what?
And you gave it to her.
We're going to surprise her. And now when I saw her after church was over, and you guys know how it is on Easter, it was like a good 4 or 5 hours.
No, it wasn't that long.
It was long, from 10:30 until 2 o'clock. It was long.
Yeah, we didn't get one until 2, yes.
It was long. And then, it was like... We surprised her. And we I told her that, your dream came true. What you wanted to see, your daughter with her 2 daughters and my husband going communion, because she always talk about, my mom is a faithful woman and she raised us in this, as Catholic, and she doesn't want to lose me. I feel like as the, not the trend, but more like, how when you raise your kid into a religion and then before you know it, they start thinking about possibly going to a different route. And she's like, I got to hold on to my daughter because we went through so much together back home with church. So I got to make sure that she sticks to this religion. So, I told her at this point in my life, I pray to God. I believe, there's only one God. Doesn't matter what
which
religion.
Church you worship God at.
Exactly.
See?
Exactly. But it was good. Easter was good. We had a good time. It was a very long day. It was very tiring. Y'all know how it is with the cooking. Yes, honey, we know that. Whose fault it is? You told the people that before.
I think I'm still tired. That's probably why this week has been so tiring. We were praying with our daughter, and sometimes we lay down with them as we pray. And I was blurring out words.
As always.
No, this time it was more than one.
As always.
But it was good. Yes, it's been a tiring week. But although I missed the party at her parents', I did get to eat some of that good food before I left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make
and then they served me fried chicken at the party.
Good thing you ate before.
Good thing I ate before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they serving fried and chicken.
I don't know. And when I asked food for the photographer, they said, yeah, we have French fries and chicken.
Wow, that is so wrong.
Yeah. And it was like chicken strips.
That's what you deserve. Did it pay for you?
Anyway, but it was a good week. Good week.
It was a good week. Easter was great. But here in Florida, out of nowhere, it's been raining like crazy since Easter.
Mm-hmm.
Like Monday, out of nowhere, it's pouring. And Tuesday, out of nowhere, it's like the whole week hasn't been like sunlight.
Well, the sun come out for like 30 minutes and then it went back in.
No, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the sun didn't come out at all. Thursday, for like half of the morning, the sun was out, and then the rest of the afternoon it was pouring like crazy. I thought you said
this wasn't a complaining moment.
It's not, but I'm just saying, like, you know, like we still in spring. So what happened, Mother Nature? Did we kind of like switch, you know, spring and summer?
Listen, Mother Nature does what Mother Nature wants to do.
Cause you know, and I'm like, and everybody's like, okay, well, what happened on Wednesday was really a storm.
It felt like it.
It was a storm to the point where some cities were like shut down. Some schools weren't open because of the flood.
Yeah.
It's insane. But again, Mother Nature does
what Mother Nature wants to do.
Yeah. So anyways, you
know.
So
much for our week. I'm still tired.
Maybe it's the weather that kind of like drain you.
Something's making me tired. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling tired.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's get into the topic of the day, which is trust more important than love in a relationship?
That's a good question. Oh, and I kind of feel fresh too. You know, I gotta mention that before we move on to the topic. You know how when you've been wearing like yourself for a long time, you know, especially the hair I had for a long time, which I'm probably gonna put it back again. Yeah. But you know, this silky, long, straight Brazilian kind of like giving me this youthful CC, you know, like a 18-year-old all over again. I'm just saying, you know how when you feel fresh, you feel like, this is a new you. Yeah. But anyways, I wanted to mention that. So anyways, let's go into this topic.
Listen, I'm gonna try this one more time. Let's get into the topic of the day. Is trust more important than love in a relationship?
Do you love me my hair straight or curly?
I love you with no hair.
Oh.
Or with hair.
Okay.
I love you however you are.
Okay.
It's not the hair that makes me love you. It's the trust.
Okay.
See, I just said something profound.
As always.
Is trust more important? Can you survive dishonesty?
No, I can't.
You cannot survive that. Can you survive a little lack of love?
I can't. I need both of them. I need both of them.
And listen, when you're in a good and healthy relationship, there are two things that are important, right?
Yes.
You know, there's the love and the trust. If you're missing either one of those things, you know, there could be some issues.
There's going to be issues.
Well, there could be. It all depends on how much you're willing to work at it. But you most likely will fail if you don't have those things.
I feel like yes, you're going to be very, very, very miserable.
Most likely. Listen, I've known people that stays in relationship. There's no love, but they may have had trust issues, but they still hung around.
Yeah, because
so it's not a definite yes that you're going to fail, but most likely things are not going to work out the way you intended.
Yes, I agree.
Right? So
I agree. But when you think about it, can your relationship really succeed with only one of them?
Success can be defined in different ways.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, but if you want to have a fulfilling relationship, a relationship that's built on the right qualities, a relationship that can flourish, I don't see how you can run on only one of them. I mean, you can be in a relationship, but talking about a successful relationship, I don't see it. Imagine I'm with you and you can't trust me one bit. How do I even say that I love you? How do we even have love?
How do we even when right? You think about it.
If you can't trust me, if you can't believe a word that I tell you, you know, if you have to put an air tag in my car just so you could tell where I be going.
Where you be at.
Right?
Where you be at.
Or if you can't trust me to do the right thing, right? If you can't let me see what's in the bank account.
Oh, that's something a lot of relationships struggle with.
Or if you can't leave me alone with your sister. Well, you don't have a sister, but if you did have a sister, if you can't leave me alone with your sister.
Or you can't leave me alone with your brother.
Or I can't leave you alone with my brother. How do you?
Right.
I don't see how that's going to work.
Yeah.
So with one, I don't know. I mean, we can fake it. If you're looking to put a front, yes. I know there's many people who does that. Mm-hmm. They kind of fake it, to the rest of the public. We're going to make it seem like things are working. But
privately,
we're having mad issues.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to be in a relationship like that. No.
I mean, I feel like even though like you invested so much money or so much time into, the relationship, but still, if there's no trust, to me, that's the most important thing. I mean, if I would pick one, trust will definitely be like, I got to trust you knowing that. Because if I don't trust you, it's going to be hard for me to love you.
Well, yes.
Some people, they're like, okay, well, we're just going to ride and die. Right? Just ride it out and make it. So.
Listen, it's clear. If I can't trust you, then we can have fun together. That's it. We can have fun. Well, as long as I could see you and know what you're doing.
The reason why I said trust is because love change over time.
Yes.
It changes, right? It's funny. My mom, it's been raining like crazy, right? Mm-hmm. So my mom didn't think that my dad was going to, I mean, that's love right there. Was going to like walk to her job. I mean, in the weather, it wasn't raining yet, but it was kind of like cloudy because the rain was coming. And then but it wasn't raining yet. So he made it there before the rain comes. And then I was on the phone with my mom. I was like, my dad walk there, in this cloudy weather. She's like, I guess it's still, Well,
your dad normally wears a hat. So if it rains, at least he would have protected his head. That's not the point,
baby. That's not the point. The point is,
despite the rain,
47 years and there's still like, the love and to do this, and I'm like, wow. Only my dad.
I would have done the same thing.
No, you wouldn't.
I would have just driven to your place.
You wouldn't. Yeah. So yes, and I feel like, the reason trust is more important to me is that feelings of love change over time, right? But to me, Cece, trust is the foundation, right? That makes it possible.
Yeah. You gotta have that. And when you look at it, when you're in a relationship with someone, if you can't trust them, you can lie to yourself and tell yourself you love this person. Yes, this person may be a good-looking person. They may have all the goodies, but if you can't trust them, there's no way you're really going to love them. You may like this person. You may have fun and do all the crazy thing you want to do with this person, but to really say you love this person, you have to be able to trust them.
Yeah.
Now you can build it. Hey, listen, when I first met you, it took a moment for me to trust you, but we didn't know each other.
Of course.
If we've gotten to know each other, we can trust that we have each other's back. Then yes, at that point, we can definitely develop the love, because the love built over time, and so does the trust.
Yeah.
But for you to say that you have a relationship that's fulfilling, you gotta have that trust, because if not, you're bound to have issues. Now, you can lose trust, because sometimes when you do little things here and little things here, they start building up. It's like dapping a little dose of poison here and there, and slowly it'll kill the relationship.
Yeah, especially when you do something that's like drastically and sometimes it's hard for the other partner to trust again. I mean, you're going to fall out of love. There's a saying that says you're gonna fall out of love, right? So it's like, if you are constantly saying that's not true, you're constantly lying, how am I supposed to trust you? And if I can't trust you, I can't love you. I mean, that's like very clear. Yeah, some people, they're like, well, I don't trust my boyfriend, or I don't trust my husband, but I love him. But when you think about it, these two don't match. Well, they don't match.
One thing you have to look at, because sometimes people insecurities can cause them not to trust someone.
Yeah.
when it's bad is when this person gives you reasons to not trust them.
Yeah, especially when they're like, yeah, he cheated on me, but I still want to be with him. I still want to be, that's my baby. No, how could you be with someone that either mess around, right? How? You can't love that person. You can't. Well, if you can't trust, then there's no love.
Well, different people have different takes on this. Some people are willing to forgive if they deem that it's necessary to forgive. Some will never forgive. Once you screw up once, you're gone. At that point,
oh yeah, that's me.
If you're the type of person, once the person screws up once, you're gone, then end the relationship right then and there, because you're gonna suffer if you just stick around, because you know that in your heart you're not going to forgive.
No, especially if I'm the one that find out without you telling me.
Yeah.
Right? That's even hard to deal with.
Well, you're hiding it, and
yeah, it's like if you're hiding something, like let's say for instance you go out with your boys, things happen with this girl, whatever, and then before you know it, you never say anything. And then here comes the girlfriends, find out that, oh, so what happened? And then you start like going around the corner or go around, not want to be straightforward.
Yeah.
But because you know what's going to happen, then you just don't be truthful about what happened. So you have to be able to be honest.
Yeah. Now, be honest, but not just be honest. The things that you shouldn't do, just don't do it in the first place.
Yeah.
Because you could be honest about screwing up, but that's not going to fix the problem that you screwed up. Right?
Yeah.
So honest is important, but I think watching your behaviors and know what's expected within the relationship is even more important. If I know this thing is a no, it's a non-negotiable, then let me stay away from doing that thing. Because doing it, even if I come clean and says, baby, I did this, I'm sorry, you still did the thing. And believe me, you're still going to lose that person's trust.
Yeah.
So it's good to know the things that shouldn't happen. And obviously when you're in a relationship, there's certain things that are just obvious.
Yeah.
If you're committed to someone, you're committed to someone.
Right. Especially like when you're like in the beginning of phase of, dating someone, where you like, okay, I kind of feel like I'm having butterflies, but I don't know if I can trust this person yet. Because when we first met, you were a stranger to me.
Yeah.
And I was a stranger to you too. So we had to like really learn each other.
I wouldn't eat from you.
Me too. I didn't know you. Like, I feel like a lot of us are strangers. Like when my parents were strangers to each other. So when you meet someone, especially when you're like in your early phase, those girls who are in their 20s or in college, don't just like, oh, I'm in love, especially when you don't know, right? You got to give it some time. Is it someone that you can trust? Is someone that you can, yeah, I love him, but he's such a player. There's all of that falls into where he's such a cutie. He's such a handsome, or she's so pretty, but can I trust her? If you feel like you're doubting yourself, you're not sure whether if you trust, it has to balance. I mean, I'm not a professional, but I just feel like based on my decades of married with this man and 18 years together, I just feel like, damn, maybe we're old. I just feel like it just has to balance. Like if I am in this relationship with you, I have to trust and love you. And yes, love can be selfish when it's not tempered with trust, right, babe?
Oh yeah,
it can be selfish.
Yeah, and
you know why?
But we think of ourselves, we think of our feelings, we get so into it, we get so emotional, we get so in the feelings.
That's right. I'm always in my feeling. My husband always tell me that. Oh, you're always in your feeling. Yes, I am in my feeling because I'm a feeling person. Yeah. My emotion is really high.
Yeah, and listen, when you decide with emotions, sometimes you can do the wrong thing.
Yeah,
and there are people that find themselves in position where they lose their partner's trust is because they just give in to that emotions or that feelings.
Yeah.
Yes, you may be out with your boys and they happen to get engaged in some craziness and you just let go because it felt good for the time, but you failed to realize the consequences that may come with your actions. And that goes for a lot of things that you do in a relationship. You have to know that once you do something, it has to make sense for the relationship you have.
Yes.
And as I mentioned, there are some things that are non-negotiables. Because when you're committed to someone long-term, you're committed to someone long term.
Right.
Certain things you do that would violate the law of that commitment. If I said I'm with you and I'm with you, I'm with you. Mm-hmm. You know, I need to be able to say, no, I don't want to be engaged into this activity. No, I don't want to go to that place. If I know that it's something that's going to cause issues in the relationship. So you have to learn to give the person that you're with reason to, to trust you.
Yeah.
Because if you say you're going to do one thing and you ended up doing something else, and if that something else is something that falls into those non-negotiable stuff, then you're putting yourself in a position to kill the relationship, literally.
Yeah.
And if you're with someone like Cece, who's once you're on the bad side, you're on the bad side. Some people don't learn how to forgive.
I do know how to forgive.
Some people choose not to forgive. But you know, all kidding aside, when you're committed to someone, you're committed to someone. Whether it's how we use the money, whether it's how we raise the kids, whether it's the long-term goals we have, it's ours. It's something that we're working together, and we have to make sure that we do all we can to work on it. Now, there's nothing in this world that's perfect. Let me just say it. Sometimes things don't happen. However, there's certain things that should not happen. And those
I don't care how good it feels.
Those are the non-negotiables.
I'm just saying,
like cheating on your spouse or your partner. I don't think there's any good reasons for
or
that.
flirting with somebody, flirting with another girl or another guy. You know, that's like emotionally, cheating.
Well, let me say this: sometimes people who are jealous may think just being nice to someone is flirting. It's not that.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Now you can talk to people. However, there's certain comments you shouldn't make to people because that could be seen as flirting. You shouldn't be touching people if you know that's an issue, right?
Yes.
You should be hanging out at people's home by yourself if you know that's unacceptable. But know those little things that shouldn't be.
Common sense.
And especially if it's something you know that you shouldn't do, but you're lying about doing it. That's you saying that I know that I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it, but I'm going to lie about it. So that's even worse. So know the things that you need to do to make sure that you keep earning that trust and not lose it.
Right.
Because once you lose that, you lose everything else. And as we said earlier, if the person that you're with cannot trust you, I don't care how much they say they love you. They don't really love you because they can't love you if they can't trust you.
Yes. And that's something I would never do. Because I trust my husband, go on his phone, see who's been texting, who he calls. I have my own personal stuff. He has his own personal stuff. I think we're two different people. I mean, I don't be all up on his Facebook or his Instagram or his phone because I trust him. Yeah, from time to time, but let me see who you've been calling. That doesn't mean I don't trust him.
And I'm like, hey, go at it.
Doesn't mean I don't trust him, but it's just that, and it's just a little check doesn't hurt. But does not mean there's no trust there.
So you've been checking me out.
And I don't like girls who like putting, those tap in, let me see your location, let me see where you are, if you say you're going to be there. Let me make sure that, because the iPhone allows you to do that, where it allows you to check to see where your boyfriend or girlfriend, your partner is, if you don't trust them. Like, why go through all this? I'm one of those people, if you're doing me wrong, I'm out. Yeah, so it's just sometimes, I just feel like it's just ridiculous for people to just put like GPS in their spouse, or did you really go to the place that you say we're gonna go to? Like,
let me call your friends to see if you said you were.
Yes, let me call your mom. Let me call your friends. Let me call your boyfriend. By your
job to see if you're really working today.
That's a lot of work. Okay, if you feel like this guy, this girl, you can't trust, just let go. I don't mind you surprised. Like I've surprised my husband so many times at work.
Good thing I was at work.
Whatever. But I'm just saying. Yeah, don't be doing all this. That's a lot of work. If you trust someone, trust it.
So if you trust someone, trust them. If you're in a relationship, you find yourself doing all of those things just so you can keep tab on what your partner's doing, is it worth it?
No.
Hey, listen, and again, where I'm sitting here, I'm saying that it's not worth it. I know everyone could be in their own unique situations. Maybe you have kids with this person and you can't afford to go out on your own. I understand. Maybe you've invested so much in this relationship that you're not willing to give up. I understand. Maybe you up in age. If you leave this person, you may never get someone else. I understand. Maybe your heart is so into this person, you can't see yourself living with it. I understand. But if you find yourself doing so much just to keep tab on this person, believe me, you're eventually going to lose that person because you don't trust them and you don't love them. Well, I'm saying him, but it could be her too. You don't trust that person. And as much as you think you love this person, you don't. Because all it's going to take is for you to catch them in whatever you think that they're doing, and it's done. Mm-hmm. And you're bound to do so. Because if you suspected that they're doing something, or it may turn out because you don't trust them so much that they realize that, you know what, you have issues and they can't be with you. So either way, that relationship will not be sustainable. Now, if you have concern, address them. Because sometimes there are things that you may think is happening, but that's not really happening. And sometimes our views or maybe our past experience may cause us to think things are a certain way, but in reality, they may not. So if you find yourself having major doubts on what's going on, bring it out in the open. Discuss it. Now, your spouse, your partner may lie in your face and says they've never been engaged in this. However, at least you know that you've addressed it. And if you still feel that they're lying, then do your investigation. And then if it means to end it, end it. If it means you're going to continue, then do what's best for you. But at the end of the day, know that if you don't trust this person, you don't really love them. And eventually, whatever relationship you end, it bound to fail.
Yes. So like I mentioned earlier, trust to me is the foundation for love, right? And if you don't trust your partner, if you're not consistent with your partner, I mean, you're not going to build a solid relationship. You're not. Because to me, I feel like when there's trust between two people, it really creates the dynamic where it's where it flows so easily, right? I trust my husband, he trusts me, because we have confidence in each other, and we know that I trust you, you trust me. Therefore, we're building this to have a stronger relationship, I would say, right? Because that's just what it is. It truly is a foundation of love.
Yes, and it's built on it. I mean, love is built on the trust that you've built and created among each other.
Right.
Yeah. When I trust you, get my back. I got your back. We built a life that we want together. Now, a couple may fall in and out of love sometimes. Issues does happen.
Of course.
You know, you can fight over things. You can disagree on things. But you find that if you trust each other, whatever issues come up, you can find ways to work through them.
I agree. Because
you trust that this person's got your back. Yes, little things happen. We're all human.
Yeah.
Craziness happen.
We fight all the time.
No, we don't fight all the time.
In my mind, all the time. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you find sometimes people may run into difficulties, and it may have been something that happens, but if it's not trust related, some you find people may even get back together.
Yeah.
Because if they trust each other, they trust that they can make this thing work.
I definitely agree.
Yeah. So love will die without trust. There's no way that a love can flourish.
Right.
If there's no trust.
Absolutely agree.
So if you're in a relationship, yes, you may love the way this person make you feel. You may love the way this person look. But if you can't trust this person, don't expect that love to last, because slowly but surely you find the gap between you and this person will keep widening, and before you know it, you won't be able to stand this person.
I feel like once the trust is gone, the relationship is gone.
Oh yes,
gone.
Oh,
you know, that's just what it is. There's a gap in between us, like you said. There's a distance where we can't stand each other. Yeah. It's like, I want to be in my own little bubble. You want to be in your own little bubble. We don't want to be bothered. We don't want to be doing things together anymore because it's just not there anymore. So I agree.
So if you want to keep your relationship running, you want to keep your love flowing or glowing or alive, whatever word you want to describe your love by, you got to make sure the trust is there.
Do some work.
Yeah. And work at it. And listen, trust is built. You know, we have to do things to make our partner feel comfortable and confident in the things we do.
Agree.
You know, if I tell my wife that I'm at work today, she doesn't have to doubt that I'm really at work. She knows that I'm at work.
Yeah.
If I tell my wife I stopped by to see this person today or did this today, she doesn't have to question, did he really do that? No, she knows that I would not lie about it. Just like if she tells me this and that, I know that that's what's there. So we don't have that problem. And we do our best to not have that problem, because the moment that we start twisting and little go around and do this, then you'll find out, okay, did he really do that? No. And then slowly you start doubting. Yeah, since last month he told me that he did that, but he didn't. Is he really telling me the truth?
Right.
And it becomes hard for you to believe what this person is telling you. And before you know, slowly but surely, you'll be doubting everything this person does.
Yeah.
And if you're doubting all they do, believe me, you can't say you love this person.
Right.
So look at your relationship. Look at the things that you're worrying about. And if you worry about this person that you are with, you worry about trusting them, then there's a problem there. Now, the problem may be at its these infancy stages. But once you realize it's a problem, address it. Deal with it. Don't let it grow. Because if it grows, it's going to kill the love you have.
I agree.
So don't kill your love.
Yeah.
Now, is trust more important in a relationship than love?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Big time.
So, guys, thank you very much for listening to our podcast today on trust and love in a relationship. I'm hoping you guys out there trust each other. And if you haven't, that you're building on trusting each other.
Yes.
Tell me tell us, leave it in the comment if you've had any experience of losing trust with a partner or someone you were with. We'd like to hear about it. So please like, comment, subscribe, share, do whatever with this video. Please don't keep it to yourself.
Don't do whatever with this video.
Download it.
Yes, do what he says.
Yes. Hey, listen, we appreciate you guys listening. Thank you very much for sticking with us until the end of the podcast. Please share, again, like, subscribe, and we appreciate having you guys.
Yes.
So until next time.
See you next time.
Peace.